the next one is going to be, we're going to talk about the on-page and off-page SEO. So on-page and off-page SEO is something that we have on in place that we need to understand the mechanics behind it. Mechanics. And what we do here is let's talk about, let's see a comparison table here. We see on page and off page. Here we just have different parts, right? For example, on page SEO involves optimizing content, meta tags, and other elements that you put on your site's pages, right? I talk about page speed, right? I talk about keyword optimization. This is the things that you do on your website. This is on page. This is on your website. What about the things that you do outside of your website? Outside of your website, easiest one that you can understand over here, social media. It was really effective like 10 years ago. It's still less effective. That's why I put it on the really end. But link building. And we're going to talk about what this link building is and guest blogging. So we're going to talk about these things in the next slides. But what I'm trying to tell you here is the things that you need to do on your website is totally different than things that you need to do outside of your website. So those are very important things right here. And we need to separate those things to understand the overall SEO marketing strategy, right? So how do we separate? So what's the deal here? On page is all about like the strong website with good content and good user experience. What's the user experience? I talk about that a lot in the previous slides, right? Leveraging multimedia to improve on page and the keywords like good title tags and kind of H1 tag. What an H1 tag is a sub tags of a title tag. Subtitle of the whole big title tag is a hierarchy. When you look at the hierarchy, it's a lower hierarchy tag and our name, address, and phone number in the footer, right? And blogs. What are you going to give as a blog? What are you going to do? A blog, well, to be honest, right now we are using AI-powered blog writers. We are not kind of waiting for days and days for one blog writer to write it. AI writers are just writing it like in a real quick, fast. Well, to be honest, when I read those AI generated content, I feel like a human cannot even be that specific when they're writing those AI things, AI generated content. Well, because those AI robots is going to check the overall keywords that is going to be needed, right? And they're going to include that on your blog posts. And so that's why it's really important for us to kind of create those. Well, there's always, of course, there's a human looking at it for sure, because sometimes you see some sort of kind of a little bit of wishy-washy type of content right there. It's not still like a wrinkle-free in 2021, but it's getting better. You see the GPT-3 has an article on New York Times, and they are getting better every day. And we are using those AI content, generated content. Sometimes we even create our copies, ad copies based on AI. And right now it's just really changing. It's changing the world that is being created by the whole content generation world is being changed. And blog is something that you need to put in place, because I talk about number 3, 1, 2, 3, right? 2 was the maps and 3 was the organic search results. Who's going to be ranked there? I'll give you one thing. I told you that is going to be who are answering more questions. So these AI generated content is these AI robot is going to get the questions from all over the web, right? And they're going to answer those questions on these on those articles. And believe me, a human that you pay like in $20, $30 to put like in 1,000 keyword article there, they cannot really understand the industry. They cannot really understand the struggles of a homeowner when they're looking to your next remodeling project and put a content in place. AI can do, and we are using that on our campaigns. Off page, let's talk about off page, right? So Google My Business page. Guys, that's 100% important. If you do not claim and optimize your Google My Business listings, you're losing clicks right there. Google My Business is, look, Google My Business is not on your, I'm talking about off page, right? Google My Business has a link right there saying that the website link. You can just go there and click on the website link, right? And what the things are wrong, I'm going to give you a quick snapshot of what's going to happen in the future. Google will not even forward anyone any traffic to your website. I'm just thinking that like that happened in the last 2 or 3 years. Google is creating some sort of lead pages. It's just your logo, one picture, one picture, your reviews and your contact information. One page. Doesn't really care. Google doesn't really care what you use on your website, any kind of eye-catching material. They don't really care. They just give like your picture, your logo, your contact information, and your reviews to show their traffic. And it's a number they put in there, and they try to send you either like the form submissions or calls. So Google My Business is just evolving to a place where people are just reaching out to you without even seeing your website. You may think, oh my God, what's going to happen if they don't see my website? I have a lot of things on my website. It's a lot of, I offer a lot of photos and pictures and videos on my website. But this is not the thing. Google is just going to kind of create the bridge with you and the future lead. And because based on my experience, people are looking for that. Yeah, if they're on the discovery search, that they're looking for different ideas, they will try to consume a lot of photos and videos and that kind of things, try to see what the next project may look like, right? But at the end of the day, they will leave your website if you do not get the information, if you do not get kind of contact with this person. So that's why it's, just listen to me and go there and try to optimize your Google My Business listings. That's a great opportunity for you. Optimizing is always a little bit tricky. If you need help, our agency is here. We can always help you to optimize your Google My Business listings page, but you may need an expert kind of touch right there. But claiming is easy. You should claim it like in a couple of clicks. Well, citations. What is citations? It's, for example, Yelp. Being on Yelp is just one citation. Being on City Search is another citation. So like, imagine those citations, like maybe they have like thousands of different citations across the web. You have those citations are like votes, just like your vote. So that's going to pass its authority and relevance back to your website, and you need to build those citations. How to build it? How to build citations. It's a part of our overall SEO strategy that we build citations for our clients, and you have to get those citations for your website as well. Strategy content syndication with press releases. Here we go. That's the thing. Press release. Let me talk about that a couple of minutes. A press release is a news format content that you put on news networks, right? For example, for your blog content, that doesn't really mean anything for the news networks. But if you just title it just like this, New Jersey kitchen design experts share tips about your next remodeling project. This is an ad. This is a news format. And we just get the blog content. We just optimize it for the press release. These press releases are being kind of checked for, not by like an AI, humans are checking, because that is going to go to major networks like Fox Network, CBS Network, right? And it's not going to be, your next article is not going to be on the Fox main page, CBS main page, of course, but they have distribution networks, and your article is going to be distributed from there. And imagine what we do. Yeah, we get the blog content created by AI. Now we got the point, created by AI, and we put that on a press release. That press release will be syndicated well, we're just going to distribute it all major kind of main news networks. Here's the idea. News network is going to distribute it all about different states. If you're located in Texas, your next press release is going to be distributed in New Jersey, California, or Minnesota. What is the point for you to post something in Minnesota? It doesn't really make sense for you to post anything there. You're a local business. Your local businesses cannot get any kind of customers like 1,000 miles away from you. But if you get the clicks on your website and you just collect the clicks, that's going to increase the authority, because you're just giving people some sort of consumable material. And when you're looking at those press releases, we link our Google My Business page. We link our own website. Here we go. We are linking it. Imagine that your press release will be distributed to hundreds of different networks, and your website link is going to be placed there strategically. So here we go. You're just talking about how to create backlinks, right? That's the answer. You're going to distribute it with the strategic kind of press release content. Your press release is going to be placed on the major press release websites and distribution networks, and your website links is going to be there. It's not only your website, your Google My Business page link. Even you can even use that your Facebook page link. I'm just telling you, you can even use that to try to kind of, if you just use Facebook all over, over the time, when people just try to click, maybe put your brand name on Google search bar, Facebook results is going to be top of the page, because that's a lot of relevancy right there. You can understand the working logic of Google. If something is really kind of promoted, if a link is almost like everywhere, that's gained authority, that gains the popularity, and it's going to be higher on ranking. So that's the strategic content syndication we created with AI robots. The artificial intelligence robots will write the content. It's going to be formed as a strategic press release and distributed strategically. And that's it. You have your on page and off page SEO right there, right? When you look at all these things, again, I'm going back to the off page SEO, right? We're talking about I talk about link building, right? Off page SEO. I talk about like the on page SEO, I talk about keyword optimization. So when you look at your SEO, it's like, again, it's super important. Maybe this is going to be the only thing that you really need to learn. The things that you need to do on your website is different than the things that you need to do off. So outside of your website is important.